Hey everyone, Meteorologist Alex Williams here with you once again in our alert center. And yes, today is a weather impact alert day. And you can see the wind blowing behind me. That is pretty impressive. That is Beach Mountain Resort, and thankfully no one on the mountain. Hopefully it's closed off. Just too dangerously cold as we really have started to see this Arctic air mass take over and ooze in, and now the temperatures are brutally cold and we're dealing with those single-digit wind chills already, and the night is still young, right? So as it matures, as we go through the overnight, we're going to continue to deal with those brutally cold single-digit wind chills across the area. Let's jump right into it. First of all, looking at some of these cameras, again, that's Beach Mountain. Look at the wind just taking the man-made snow there from the snow guns and just blasting it across the slopes there. So they are definitely making snow. I don't know how much of it's actually sticking down because of how strong the wind is, but it has definitely been one of those days that we've had such strong winds across the area. You'll see some of our maximum gusts here in just a bit, but there's Blowing Rock. 5 degrees right now. It probably feels below zero easily across the mountains. And there's Greensboro, 16 degrees right now. That dew point now below zero. It is 4 degrees below zero. That's our dew point. That's how dry the air mass is. And so because of the wind north there, 10 feels like 4. So we're already feeling like the single digits out there, and you have to layer up. You have to cover up the exposed skin. It's not an if anymore. You have to do it because it's very dangerous. You could get frostbite if you're outside for an extended amount of time. And so that's important for you to realize. There is our temperature and feels like. Again, temperatures in the teens, feels closer to 2 degrees in Randolph County, Asheboro there. And already several schools are actually pulling 2-hour delays. I believe Randolph County is one of them. And so you can see Winston-Salem here, 4 degrees, but it feels like 11 in Lexington. I mean, there's Ashe County, the mountains, to give you just a taste of what they're dealing with. That is 12 below zero. Below zero, folks. That's just such cold, dangerous air. And it's only going to get colder as we go on through the night. So, yes, we do have the weather impact alert night basically into the morning tomorrow, 6 p.m. tonight through 9 a.m. Monday. That's when we're expecting to see those brutally cold wind chills and temperatures as well. And again, feeling closer to the 0 than to 10, at least at the moment. You want to limit your time outside, and you got to dress in layers. That's the key to staying warm as we deal with this cold stretch. There's your temperatures. Yeah, falling into the teens as we go into the morning hours tomorrow. And then by the lunch hour, we're at about 30 degrees, warming up to the mid-30s by the time we get towards the 3-4 o'clock hour. So I think we do hit the mid-30s tomorrow. Tomorrow morning is just going to be brutally cold. Again, maybe not as strong of wind as we're dealing with right now because it is just ripping, but we are going to see the wind relax a little bit, but the temperatures fall. And so then it takes only a slight breeze to knock you down into single digits. So this makes sense. I mean, we're talking 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, still single digits, bus stop, single digits for the kids. That's cold, that's dangerous cold, and you need to plan accordingly, right? You need to put on the correct layering for that. So lots of layers for the kids. That'll trap as much warm air against their bodies as possible. You want to put on the hat to toboggan. Gloves, maybe 2 pairs of gloves. I have a thin pair of gloves, but I have a second pair of gloves that I put on just to help trap some more of that warmth. The scarf is necessary as well. It's not just a fashion statement. It's actually there to help keep you warm. And so consider all of those layers as they go to school tomorrow. That bus stop is going to be downright brutal. Wind, not helping. There's your high wind gusts, the lower to middle 30s across here. 35 mile an hour wind gusts at PTI, 32 in Alamance County, 37 back towards Forsyth in Winston-Salem. That is extremely strong winds. Look at Boone, 48 mile an hour wind gusts. That's why the wind is just blasting the snow sideways there as they make it up on top of Beach Mountain. I'm sure all of the ski resorts are dealing with similar things. I tried to show you Sugar, but Sugar was coated in ice from some of the wind blowing that snow up on top of the camera, and it freezes. There's your wind gusts right now. This is current wind gusts outside. Again, the wind is ripping right now. We're talking 24 to 35 mile an hour wind gusts, 20 mile an hour wind gusts. very, very strong. Thankfully, we will see that relax, but we're still talking here into the morning hours. I mean, 6-7 degree or a 6-7 mile an hour wind, that's going to knock your feels like into the single digits easily because we're going to be so cold. And then we pick the wind back up as we go tomorrow afternoon into the evening out of the southwest, so that it'll start to warm us up out of the ice box as we head into our Tuesday. Tuesday's still cold in the 40s, but then we'll back into the 50s, mid 50s, and I think low 60s by Thursday. So there's your forecast lows tonight. Very cold, single digits for the mountains, lower teens into our forecast area here, the Piedmont Triad, very cold. And again, that's not what it's going to feel like. That's the actual air temperature. Once the wind relaxes, we'll start to deteriorate some of those lows a little bit more. So we'll kind of start to see them drop a little bit more. Now, I do want to show you this. So you see cold weather advisories here for kind of the central North Carolina counties, but we're not really seeing those cold air advisories or cold weather advisories rather, up into the northern parts of. So are they good? No. What it has to deal with is each National Weather Service office has criteria that has to be met for a certain thing to be issued. In this case, the cold weather advisory, you need 5 to 10 degree feels like, right? The wind chill in central portions of the Carolinas for them to see the cold weather advisory. That's why it's been issued. However, out of Blacksburg, that office, which covers our northern counties there, right up against the Virginia state line and up into Virginia, those counties have to be below zero for the wind chill. And we're just not going to be that cold, but it's still dangerous. So treat all of the areas in our viewing area as if they're under a cold weather advisory, because it's just going to be cold. Just because you didn't meet the criteria doesn't mean it's not going to be dangerous. And so you need to keep that in mind. Some things to keep in mind. How do we stay safe and warm? We want to limit the amount of time spent outdoors. We want to dress in layers. The more the better, as I've talked about. You want to check on people, pets, and pipes. Plants should be in there as well, but they should already be inside because it's been cold, right? So we don't want to leave our plants outside. If they're still outside, they're probably goners. But as far as people are concerned, these are going to be people that are maybe more susceptible to cold. So the homeless, right? But also elderly, the kids, children, and elderly, they don't necessarily stay as warm, so they need a little bit extra help to stay warm. And then think of those with chronic diseases as well. Probably not the best for them to be outside in these cold conditions. And then again, as I mentioned, the homeless, I'm glad the warming shelters are open tonight for them so that they can stay nice and warm, because it's dangerous to be outside for a long period of time. Again, you have frostbite that could settle in and you could lose a lot of heat, and just a whole lot of bad things could happen if you stay outside tonight. So you need to make sure you're staying warm. Your pet's staying warm as well. If they go outside and have a shorter coat of, on them, fur, then maybe put a little actual coat on them, a jacket to help them stay warm, because they'll feel it just like we do. And then also their paws, maybe put some Vaseline on them. Not a bad idea. As we go through our Monday, we do warm up into those mid-30s. Keep in mind it is going to be brutally cold into the morning hours. And so after that, though, we do start to pick up a warming trend. And this is really, really good news as we go through our Monday evening. You see the high slides off. Guess what? The Arctic air mass starts to dissipate and moderate, as we like to say in meteorology. So it starts to warm a little bit more. And we'll see those warmer temperatures hit us as we go towards next week, especially into our Wednesday and into our Thursday. I think they're going to be quite mild. Yeah, those northwest winds, they are absolutely downright brutal. More out of the north right now. And so into the overnight hours through our Monday, we are looking at that weather impact alert day. By the noon hour, we're good to go. You'll see it disappear. And then we're good to go as far as weather is concerned. We'll see the upper 40s for Tuesday after a chilly start. Wednesday and Thursday really starting to warm up into the mid-50s, lower 60s there. And then maybe a quick moving system Thursday into Friday. We do still need the rain. So that's something to keep in mind, at least as we go through the next couple of days, right? We do need that rain. So it's important to stay nice and warm as we go through the next 24 hours. They're going to be brutal. If you're going to be outside, you got to put the coat on. You're going to tune in for our 11 o'clock newscast. It'll be closer to midnight, but you'll see me wearing lots and lots of layers, and I'll share a video on all the different layers that I'm wearing and how you should prepare to be outside in the cold. But for now, just stay warm, stay inside, don't go outside unless you absolutely have to. And so that would be my advice, because it is brutally cold outside. So stay safe and warm out there. We'll continue to keep you updated. And there is light in the tunnel ahead. Warmer temperatures are on the way. Stay safe, stay warm.